Something's wrong, I feel it circling like vultures around my brain. Couldn't see the danger in your eyes. Draw me in, got me spinning now like water to a drain. You were perfect till I realized you hadn't shown your face. You sing a pretty song to drag my heart along, a siren serenade. You're ringing out to pray. Your love's a wrecking, you know it's wrong. I was deaf to the ringing bells, wanting me to break, deafened by the sirens' soothing lies. I can't leave, I am in too deep, been sinking for a while, prisoner to the same thing I despise, devoted to a fake. You sing a pretty song to drag my heart along, a siren serenade. You're ringing out your pray. Your love's a wrecking, you know it's wrong. It's over, same story. You lose to love and glory. It's over, same story. You lose to love and glory. You sing a pretty song to drag my heart along, a siren serenade. You're ringing out your pray. Your love's a wrecking, you know it's wrong. It's over, same story. You lose to love and glory. It's over, same story. You lose to love and glory.
Yo, everybody, welcome to the Midweek Mix-Up podcast. Of course, this week, it's a little bit different because instead of topics, Xbox have graced us with a brand new live showcase in the middle of our show. So it's even better. Thank you very much, Xbox, for making it so much more convenient.
All those checks you've sent Phil must have cleared
Eventually
finally.
Cleared, yeah. That's why I'm so broke this month. But yes, welcome everybody. Of course, we're still waiting for a couple more dropping in. I have no idea where Pat is, and Boxy was just a little bit late, but he shall be joining us shortly. Thankfully for everybody that's watching, of course, we have a little bit of time to burn. We've got like 40 odd minutes until the show goes live. Of course, to to reiterate to everybody, of course, expectations in check. We are seeing Forza Motorsport from Turn 10, Redfall from Arcane Austin. We're seeing Minecraft Legends, of course, from Mojang Studios, and we're seeing a little bit of ESO's new expansion, of course, from ZeniMax. So, other than that, I don't expect and shouldn't expect any big announcements. The article just said we're seeing a couple of things, but mainly these four, so I doubt we'll see anything little. I think at most, and we discussed this a little bit beforehand, it might be a couple of this is what's coming to Game Pass for this month, next month, etc. But I don't think there's going to be anything special outside of those. But of course, seeing in depth more of Forza, more of Redfall, more of Minecraft Legends, and a little bit of that ESO expansion, of course, is what we're here for. So, and of course, release dates. Ultimately, I think if we don't get those release dates, we'll smash the place up. But of course, everybody, welcome. We will get we'll do our intros for these fine gentlemen already here, and of course, when the other two drop in, then we'll get them in as well. But Mick, how are you doing today? And what you been up to? What you been playing?
Just a whole lot of Sea of Thieves. Just trying to get the PvP levels up to 100 on both. I've done one so far. Got up to got the Ghost Curse. I'm just trying to do the Reaper stuff now, and then I'm done with it because it's driving me up the wall. I'm not a PvP player, but I just want access to those cool new areas in the game and the curses as well to go with it. So, but yeah, once I'm enjoying it, but it's not for me. It's not my kind of thing. It's a bit too much. I like a chilled, relaxed gaming session rather than the frantic, constant fat battle. So yeah, once it's done, and then I'll go back to how I normally play, and I'll crack on with some more games. Until then, I haven't even started High on Life yet. I realised the other day I haven't even touched it yet. I just haven't had a chance.
You're going to enjoy that when you start playing it. You will.
I think I will. Yeah, I think I will. So it's definitely my sort of thing. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it did look frantic yesterday, mind. I did watch it back. It did look absolutely frantic. There was nothing but laughter from start to finish, so it's always good. And
shout out to Captain Bolzoni. Yeah, he was a fantastic guest.
Hello, sir.
Good evening. Good evening. Sorry I'm late.
It's all right.
I rushed home. And had no chance to chat with the wife, and I had to do that for a couple of minutes. So,
got to keep the peace, man. Got to keep the peace.
You know, when the boss is calling. And, so, guys, how are we feeling about the developer direct today?
Feeling good.
Excited to see Redfall.
Yeah.
Me too. That's probably the one I'm looking forward to the most. I really want to know what it is, because we've learned over the time different things. We started as, well, this is Borderlands meets Left 4 Dead. Then we learned it's not that at all. It's more like Far Cry meets Stalker. And now I want to know which is it. Because if it's Far Cry meets Stalker, jeez, I'm hyped.
Definitely, it's gonna look awesome. We'll get into the continue with the intros actually, but a quick shout out to Dave Ramos for our first super chat of the day. He sent in $2 earlier on, before the show started there, and he said, "Happy Developer Direct Day." Yes, happy Developer Direct Day indeed. And again, once more, thank you to Xbox for organising this during our podcast. So such convenience. Thank you. But yes, I'm going to get into Jen. How are you doing today, sir? What have you been up to?
Yeah, not too bad. Not really been playing all that much apart from Hunt Showdown and a bit of Sea of Thieves yesterday for Sea of Thieves Tuesday. But yeah, I've been really enjoying Hunt Showdown at the moment. Absolutely addicted to it again. I definitely think I needed that couple months break from Hunt Showdown, and now I'm proper back into it. loving my time on it. That's pretty much all I've been doing in the gaming space when I've had the chance to.
Nice. Awesome stuff. Yeah, I wish I had a chance to game recently, but unfortunately not. But I will be shortly. I think I managed to get an hour or so on Spider-Man again the other day and did a few more of the main missions. So I'm just working my way through that, but looking forward to finishing that and then moving on. Doing Miles Morales and then finishing everything that I've got outstanding on Xbox before I start any brand new games that are coming out. That includes Deliver Us Mars and or Dead Space or Hogwarts or anything like that. Before any of those get sorted, I'm going to finish the games that I set out to finish.
I've seen some really good clips on Twitter of Hogwarts Legacy, and it's made me even more interested in the game. But I don't know if I'm going to pick it up day one.
Already pre-ordered.
Yeah,
sorry, which game are we talking about?
Hogwarts.
I was distracted by the chat. Oh, pre-ordered. The super duper deluxe special edition. Yeah.
Can't wait.
I've pre-ordered Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor. Bloody hell.
Same. Guilty as charged. Yeah. But Hogwarts first. I cannot wait. Today we saw some leaks of reviewers, and it sounds like it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I saw some early gameplay impressions, and it looked like it was very, very positive for Hogwarts. So happy days! I am really excited for that now. Really excited for that. Ah, dear me. But Boxy, how are you doing today, sir? What you been up to? What you been playing?
I'm doing good. Now I'm doing good. I didn't do good the entire day. A lot of stress at work. A lot of management attention at the moment. Don't like that. It just means busy days. When you have to report to multiple managers in your company, it just takes away so much time and it makes everything else so stressful. So I'm super glad I'm here now and I get to talk about the passion, my passion gaming with you chaps. So it's awesome, and the chat is filling up with awesome people here. We're gonna have a blast here today. I cannot wait. Xbox is finally starting to talk about games. Hopefully they're gonna start releasing them soon as well. So yeah, it's an exciting day to be a gamer, and even more exciting to be with the community with you guys. So yeah, cannot wait.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be good.
So is it like a collective agreement that everybody's much more interested in seeing what Redfall is? Then is that the kind of key one that everyone's excited for, or is Mick more Minecraft?
I mean, come on. Yeah, please, Mike. Mike, go ahead.
I'm a big Forza fan. I like the Forza games, so I am very excited to see what Forza's got. That's probably my top one. But I'm most intrigued about Redfall because obviously we don't know much about it. Like you said, Boxy, it's going to be interesting to see what it is.
Yeah,
we did hear.
Absolutely.
I don't know whether it was a rumor or whether it was official. Maybe you guys can clear this up because I heard this briefly today on another podcast. Have they said that the progression doesn't carry over?
Doesn't carry over what? When you join in co-op?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's a rumor.
World, so it's essentially.
Is it a rumor?
If people jump into you, then it's your save, not their save.
Yeah.
Right.
So you don't carry over. So what I understood is how it works is you don't carry over like the story progression, but you get to carry over like the stuff you progressed with your character. That's at least how I understood it. But the official statement was very vague on that. So I would take everything with a grain of salt at the moment. Lots of rumors floating around, and sometimes it's hard to track those rumors down actually, because like fanboys put some rumors in place just to shit on games, and others try to be fake insiders, and sometimes it's hard to really know, especially when so many
some
things
of
are
it
happening.
comes from clickbait articles as well, because
Yes,
the next
exactly.
line I heard in that sentence was it was from that comic something magazine, the one that does those. And whenever I see them, I just think of Metro that we have in England. It's virtually the same thing. It's just full of clickbait crap that nobody is. It's no connection with reality whatsoever. It's just somebody looking for clicks. So as soon as I heard that, I thought, maybe it's not real. There's a good chance that was just made up. So I wondered if anybody actually knew.
The problem with Metro
real,
in the UK is they literally let any person from the general public write an article and just essentially submit it. So it's like a public opinion piece. So a lot of the articles you see that
because that always works out well.
Yeah, a lot of them that clickbait are just from people that don't really follow the gaming industry and just want to talk about games.
Can we get some timeouts for Vin, because he put a comment in
definitely.
chat just a moment ago saying it ends with Scalebound teaser. No
Definitely
thanks.
doesn't.
Yeah.
It ends with Scalebound being thrown into a furnace.
Sorry, the stuff shown. Yeah, I was listening to RDX. You're right, but then everybody does. You should be listening to RDX.
Yeah, anybody with a shield in chat beside the name, any channel member, just feel free to throw up those timeout Vin emojis. They're designed for this very moment.
Yeah,
exactly.
But yeah, so anyone interested? Anyone kind of excited to learn more about Minecraft Legends? I know obviously that's kind of an outlier. A lot of people are kind of a bit like,
yeah, that's a good one. I don't know. I'm not a Minecraft fan. I know, Dutch, you played a lot of Minecraft.
Oh, yes.
I know that.
And Minecraft Dungeons as well, which was a nice breath of fresh air.
I was just getting to that. I've never really played Minecraft, honestly. I tried it like literally when it was in beta, and then after 5 minutes I put it down. Okay, I never went back. Probably should have, because it's a different game now. And I'm actually thinking about starting Minecraft because my oldest son is getting into that age, where the other kids at school starting to play Minecraft, and I should try to help him get into the game. So I did play a lot of Minecraft Dungeons, though. When that came out, it was like, at the time, I had nothing else to play. It was in Gamepass, so I checked it out. And I was actually hooked. I really liked it. I even went back and played it over the last year every once in a while via xCloud, because it has touch controls, so it's perfect when you're bored in the office, you know what I mean? So that's really cool. And even though I'm not a Minecraft fan, I really ended up enjoying this dungeons.
I thought you would anyway, because it's more like a Diablo Light.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Diablo Light, like dungeon crawler type of game. What's not to love? Yeah, about that genre. So yeah, and then and that's why I'm a little intrigued about Minecraft Legends. I hear good. Minecraft Legends now.
Yeah,
because it is like this mixture apparently of like strategy game meets adventure game. It sounds kind of weird, but our good friend Chess, he played it last Gamescom, and it was apparently really good. He was truly surprised as well. So I don't know. I can't say I'm super hyped. I can't say that, but I can say that I definitely want to find out what it is. So
I'm excited for it in the fact that they've got quite a good track record of accessibility. So it might be another game we can play with sightless combat.
Oh,
maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I'm interested to see whether, at this show, they might not talk about the accessibility.
You never
know.
They
might do.
You never know, because it's a developer side.
They might mention it, but maybe a bit like the Forza thing. We know there's a Forza extended show and an ESO one as well. I think they might do one for all of them and just have here's another show later on in the week. It's going to go into more depth. That'll be the one they'll probably go into any accessibility. So I'll be watching that, see whether or not we can play that with Silas. So that'd be good.
Definitely. Jen, what about you? What do you think of Minecraft Legends? Do you think it's going to be maybe the sneak attack one? Do you think it could be like surprisingly good?
It'd probably be good with the Minecraft community for sure, but I never really got fully into Minecraft apart from like the creative mode, just building stuff. That's the only thing I really got into.
I loved
Never really did all
the amount of hours I put into survival.
I never really
come out.
I never really did any of that survival stuff. I just like building stuff, and that was the only part of Minecraft that really appealed to me. So I'm not really all that bothered about Minecraft Legends. Is it Legends?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm not too bothered about seeing Forza. I think Forza is going to be great no matter what. It's going to look great. We've already seen some of that. I know what to expect with Forza. Same with Elder Scrolls Online. I know what to expect with that. The one I'm mostly looking forward to is definitely Redfall. It's the game that's got the most to prove, so I'm excited to see what that's all about. And them showing a hell of a lot of gameplay, hopefully, at this. Interested to see if it's got customizability options for people that are going to be playing as the same characters, because as we know, everyone, if they wanted to, can play as the exact same character. And I kind of want to see if I can make my version of that character look different from everyone else's, because I'll find that kind of annoying looking the same.
Yeah,
I think they said that there is a different skill tree, isn't there, and things that you can unlock.
I'm interested to see if there is any kind of customizability on there, whether or not you can get different kind of like skins or armor or whatever it is that the armor. We class it as armor, but I think everybody knows what we mean now, like different kind of outfits and things that you can equip. It'd be interesting to see if they do have that kind of stuff in Redfall. Is that Boxy, what are you kind of hoping to see from Redfall, other than to know what the game's about? Because I think that's obviously the key one.
Yeah, sure. So I definitely, these kind of games, they kind of live from their progression system, your character progression system. So basically the way how the loop works of finding loot, the loot actually having impact on your character or your play style, and then having enough like incentive to go back into the world, grind for more loot, do stuff like that. So that's one key part of that, and I want to know how that loop works. Yeah. Is it more like linear? So basically we run through the levels or the missions, first mission, second mission, third mission, and after everything you get reward and you can assign that. Or is it more open, like non-linear progression and how the loot ties in? Definitely want to find out that. And I want to see how much customization can I do with my character and my abilities? Because obviously, like the 4 different characters in Redfall, they talked about that. Yeah, have different abilities. One is more specialized on like ranged attacks. The other one has like these robo companions, and the other one is more like a trickster kind of character. So I want to see how can these kind of skills be customized and progressed. So basically what I want to say is, how deep are the RPG mechanics? And that's definitely something. And then how the open world works. I want to know that. Is it more like we have these hub areas with certain points of interest where you go to and you get a mission and go? Or is it more like really like an open world with stuff to discover, exploring caves, exploring, I don't know what else. Yeah. Stuff like that. So yeah, there's a lot to learn. The thing is, everyone has seen actually quite a lot of gameplay, and it's kind of weird that we still don't know what the game actually is, because we have like seen extensive gameplay. They have shown it at E3 last year. They have shown it in streams, and we still don't know what it is. Interesting, man. It's interesting. I like that. So the other thing is, of course, the release date. Phew. Release dates, guys.
Oh yes.
Well,
Release date.
Well, I mean,
Mhm.
Xbox over your way helped us raise our expectations for getting them. So
Yeah, they did. They did. So
they did a
in
cracking
case
job.
no,
I meant to ask you this: did they ever take that tweet down, or is it still up?
no, it's not. It was not a tweet. It was the official Xbox Wire article.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and
there,
no,
or has it
it's
been
still in
edited?
there. It's still in there.
I would take
Still
that
in
then
there.
as it's going to happen then, because otherwise, I think they'd have told them to edit it, take it down, and put it back up again.
Yeah, true.
So
True. Yeah. So for those who don't know, in the official German Xbox Wire article, they wrote that during the Developer Direct, the release dates will be announced. So the Germany, the Xbox Wire Dach basically confirmed the release date announcements for those 4 games. Elder Scrolls Online, Forza, and Redfall, and Minecraft Legends. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to find out, Dutch, who won our bet. We have a bet running on Forza.
We do.
Oh,
Yes,
Yeah.
I fully
I'm
expect. Little bees here again.
oh yeah.
I fully
Yeah.
expect. I do expect Forza to continue to release in spring, though people's definition of spring is widely variant. For me, spring's any time until maybe the beginning of May. And you start getting to the words tail end of May, June. That's what I would class as kind of the beginning of summer. We know summer's officially, summer solstice is the middle of June, it's 21st. So, what do you class as spring? That's the variant.
And we're not nitpicking. Yeah. If it comes out,
From one
if it comes out,
one thing I've continued to see and hear is that from what everybody's hearing, Redfall is May. Like that is
Yes.
out of all of them, that is the most definitive one
Yeah.
I've heard. May is Redfall. So I think
And it's supposed to have early access, right? A few days early access or something.
yeah. And there's apparently some kind of secondary kind of thing that's going to be for media a couple of days, like a couple of weeks beforehand, etc. But they're still pretty much nailed on May as a release date, release window. So that leaves February, March, April, June for the other games. So what are we expecting? I still think, personally, Minecraft Legends will be the first one to release, and that's going to be maybe even as early as next month. For
I got a
Minecraft
feeling
Legends.
Forza's going to be April. Late April.
Yeah. March, I think late March, beginning of April for me. Late March, beginning.
Could be, yeah, could be.
And then Starfield being the outlier. I think Starfield might be a release date of literally the end of June. I think for Starfield, literally the end. I think they'll use whatever last given time, so they'll announce it, and whatever last given time around E3 they'll use to give that last kick of kind of social media kind of power they can to say, and Starfield releases. Remember, Starfield releases in only 3 weeks after the E3 showcase.
I want to see that thing on bus stops. I want it everywhere. Plaster that shit everywhere.
Absolutely. Do you think that actually is a good one? Actually, do all you guys think at the end of this show we will find out the date for the Starfield show?
it would be the logical and smart thing to do. So since we're talking about Xbox,
I know what you're saying.
no. So no.
See, everyone wants that. Oh, one last thing, and everyone's expecting it to be a brand new game announcement. The one last thing, if there is one last thing, will be them saying the event for the Starfield only developer direct will be blah 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 date, and that'll be maybe next month or the month after.
Yeah. I think it could be middle of next month, maybe it's the beginning of March for that. But I think that no later.
Yeah.
I think no later than big.
Or
front end of March.
who knows? It could be even earlier than that. We don't know.
Yeah, it could be, but I think realistically, maybe it's the tail end of next month, beginning of March. Mick, what do you think?
Preferably sooner rather than later, because if they want to start ramping up advertising for this, they need to do it sooner rather than later
Yeah.
to get hype on it.
Yeah. Mick, what do you think? Do you think they're going to announce the Starfield show date after this one's finished? Or at the end of it?
Yeah, I think so. I hope so. Anyway, I don't want to hear coming soon.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah, you don't want to say, and the
really-
showcase is coming soon. You're like, no.
yeah,
Tell us when it is.
no.
Like,
I don't want to hear
put it in my
coming
diary.
Yeah, even if it's coming bloody, I don't know, end of April, March, even if it's June, the week before E3, it's because they just put a date on it. It won't be great if it's that long, but it will be just like, okay, at least it's a no. I don't want to hear coming soon, because I always think that these companies, their version of soon and ours are very different. For most of us, coming soon is next week, maybe. Excuse me, maybe 2 or 3 weeks down the line. That's soon. For them, soon is before the end of the fiscal year, which could be 3 months, 4 months away. And I'm like, your idea of soon and ours are very different. Please stop using it.
Yeah, their version of soon's like within the year, within a whole year.
Yeah. Soon could be before the end of the year because they've got a 10-year plan. So that is soon for them. It's not soon for us, especially when we've been without stuff to talk about and stuff that, concrete stuff to plan for.
Coming
so
soon,
long.
but how soon? You'll never know.
Well, I think
nuts.
Moxie's right. I
Yeah.
think it is the logical thing to do to tell us when that show is happening. But
Yeah.
it's Microsoft, so it's probably just keep an eye out on Xbox Wire for information on. Is what I think will happen.
I'm gonna be upset if they do that. But yeah, no, I think at the end of this, if they just do a small Starfield screenshot, and then just
I think
when you want to find out more, we'll see you next week for the showcase, or we'll see you on February 25th, or even if it's a little bit later than we'd hope. As long as it's just, we'll see you then. Make a day.
Yeah. I feel like not acknowledging Starfield at all during the showcase would be a mistake. Because, yes, they said on social media channel, or actually, I only saw it on Twitter. I'm not sure if they said it on like TikTok or anywhere else. They said on Twitter, yeah, we have that extra showcase, so we know it. But if you want to target like more a broader audience that isn't following Xbox on Twitter, you might want to tell them about Starfield as well. So I don't expect any Starfield news per se, not at all. I've set my expectations, but at least admit, okay, we have more for Starfield coming soon, showing soon, this and this date. Would be smart to do. So yeah, Dutch, before the show starts, we haven't talked about Forza properly.
Yes, let's talk Forza, because I know Mick's super excited for Forza. I was saying this to Jen before everybody jumped into the channel. I think with Forza as well, obviously we kind of know what to expect to a point. But one thing we can be rest assured on is all of us are going to be sitting there thinking, God, that looks gorgeous. God, that looks pretty. That is technically unbelievable. Like, it's going to be one of those things where we're just going to be sitting in silence, really, and just going, yeah, that is impressive.
Impressive.
Yeah. I think it's one of them. I know Mick's really looking forward to a nice new sim. And it's obvious, of course. I know he hasn't played GT7, so he hasn't played a sim since Forza 7. So it's been quite a while, and it's good. I am thankful that Forza, for a change, have took the time out to reboot the game, not just release another one year after year. And I think, and people might hate me for saying this, but I think Forza Horizon needs to go do the same approach for its next one. I think instead of releasing another one next year, take your time. The next one that comes out, really knock it out of the park. Do something that's... we know the next Forza is going to be strictly current gen. We know it's going to be using all of the new technology in the new Forza Tech engine because Horizon 5 was on the previous version. It wasn't on the new engine. So it's the best that they could push out on the previous engine, which in itself was phenomenal. And Mick, you're muted, by the way. Yeah, there we go.
Hell of a job.
Yeah.
I was saying they did
Oh.
with the old engine there.
Phenomenal job. It is when we were kind of breaking this down when Forza Horizon 5 came out, it was a case of that isn't even the new Forza Tech engine. Like, that isn't like, this looks unbelievable. When they were showing us kind of the photogrammetry and things that they were using in the engine and all the level of detail and the sandstorm and everything, it was just like, that is and then we got to play the game and it was exactly as they showed off. It was no different. Yeah. And that's one thing you can be kind of happy with both Turn 10 and Playground Games with the racers, is what they show visually and technically stands up when you actually play the game. It comes down on both of them to the content that they have within the game to make sure it's fun and lasts. Thankfully, Forza Horizon 5's done that so far. We're going to find out this year, the beginning of this year, remember, as they mentioned, which a lot of people haven't remembered. The next expansion is going to be announced at the beginning of this year for Forza Horizon. So we shall find out within the next couple of months what that is. So there's some good news as well. But of course, then we'll obviously have the release of Forza Motorsport. So lots of Forza goodness. Lots of Forza goodness. But Mick, what are you most looking forward to seeing in Forza? What's the kind of thing you're hoping to see on Forza Motorsport?
I would like to see some returns to the old tracks that we got on Forza Motorsport 3 and possibly 4. I think it was pronounced Fugichi Kaimo or something like that, which was a Japanese course that went all round winding through the mountains. It was a bit like the Nürburgring, which was one of the long tracks. It was in Japan, and missed that track. Yes, maybe. But yeah, it was. I'd like to see some of the old tracks that we haven't had for a long time. Because 7 didn't have much.
Yeah, this is the main thing I think that this Forza needs to do from the off. Instead of waiting and doing it all in like your monthly add-ons and things, new track and new cars, and I think from the outset for Forza Motorsport, they need to have an abundance of tracks. Like, I'm talking 15 to 20 tracks. An abundance.
Yeah, and not just one track, but in a different direction or a bit cut off.
Exactly.
I want different tracks.
Reverse tracks and back to front tracks and part tracks and no, don't do that. Yeah. Like all 7 versions of the Nürburgring.
Yeah. Which is nice, they have the right place, but when you're trying to do, like, there was challenges certainly on Forza Motorsport 3 and 4 that were to do every race. There was nearly 1,000 races, and 90% of them were just 7 or 8 tracks in different variations.
Yeah.
So it was a bit like, oh, come on. You can only do a few, and then you'd be like, no, I'm going to have to step away now and do something else. And you kind of knew what the next... I haven't been there a while. I bet that's the next track. Oh, yeah, it is. What a surprise.
Yeah, and I think on top of that,
so I'd like
an abundance of cars to go out immediately. Like, an abundance.
Yeah. Yeah, the cars, I always think it's nice to have that. Like, I know they've got more cars than pretty much any game, with the exception of maybe like some of those, I think it's High Racer and some of those other ones, like full simulator ones that you get on PC. They're nice to have all those cars, but how many of us actually use them all? It'd be nicer to have more tracks, and maybe
I think more
400 or 500 cars than 700 or 800.
More of a variance of cars, I think, is the key thing.
Yeah.
But the thing is of course, and we know there's going to be the ultimate edition of Forza Motorsport where you get the car pass and things like that. You'll not get an expansion pass, but you'll get a car pass for it, as you do with Forzas, which you'll get cars every month for free. I'd be interested to see whether or not they carry on with the wheel spin kind of approach for this. A bit like
I think the
Forza.
wheel spin thing was more of a Horizon thing than a motorsport thing.
Yeah, it's how they do that, because I know there was a kind of system previously where you can kind of win cars and collect cars as opposed to just doing it. I can't remember how they did it in the previous one. It's been a while since I've played.
Motorsport was more you earned money, and then there were like flash sales in the store that were only there for a limited time. And you had to go in and buy them when they were there. They didn't really do, as far as I remember, they weren't. I think you did get something at the end of the races, but I think they were just cards for different perks per race that you could use.
Yeah, I think, and I hope they've ditched the card system.
Yeah, I do as well. Barely used them, even though some of them were, all right. You ended up with hundreds of them, and you're just like, just delete them.
Some of them were like challenge ones, which is fine if you want to use challenge ones where it's like, oh, it's going to be super wet and your tires are on slicks. Like, have fun. Extra 50% credits.
Good luck with that. Yeah, it's like, oh wow, an extra 50% of the 10,000 you're going to give me. I'm like, well, I mean, back then, you remember we used to have the Forza app, and you used to go in once a week and collect your money, and it would put money into all the games. So you'd have, I mean, I went back into Forza 7 the other day because there was a handful of achievements I didn't have that were just for buying cars. Went into the game, and at the top of the page, it says, in your account, 27.5 million. I'm like, it's time to go shopping. I just went through and just bought loads and loads of cars. None that I wanted, just cheap ones. Just buying and buying and buying them just to get a few achievements that I wanted. And at the end of it, I still had about 26 million, 24 million, something like that. You had more money than you ever needed. So getting an extra 50% was just like, another $5,000 on top of what I was getting. It doesn't matter, does it?
Exactly.
So they're a bit pointless. I like to say, I hope they get rid of the cards because I would imagine they'd probably keep it, but it won't make any difference. I still won't use them.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Boxy, what do you want to see from Forza then?
Besides, of course, the technical showing and all the glory, because, like you said, this is gonna be a looker. It's gonna be one of those games where you bring a friend home and you want to show off the current gen Xbox console and what it can do. You put on Forza. That's the type of game that is.
We got a 5-minute warning, by the way. It's 5 minutes to go.
Yeah.
So what you're basically saying, I should try to hurry up here.
No, just a 5-minute warning, just so we know.
I got a feeling it'll be a 2-minute countdown at least. So I think we'll have a couple of minutes.
Probably have 7. All right. So yeah, of course that's gonna be on another level. Besides the visuals itself, what I really appreciate them doing is like increasing the fidelity in physics and simulation. I feel we pay way too much attention these days to like pixel counts and can we squeeze stable 60 FPS out, or is it going to drop down to 59 or so? Which nobody's gonna notice. And two great games have always something in common. Like they have great simulation, they simulate physics great, they have great AI, they have all these kind of things, and we should try to focus more on that in game development these days. And I really appreciate them doing that. Besides having a stunning looking game, so that's something I want to learn more of. And yeah, I'm generally more an arcade racer, not a sim racer fan. So what I want to know is if the rumors are true, and are we getting like a campaign mode in Forza? This has been rumored like forever.
Like an
it has not been
mode type thing.
Story mode, campaign mode, whatever you want to call it exactly. Like I want to know that if we have that in Forza Motorsport, because that would be something I would be absolutely excited about. And then, of course, I want to find out, Dutch, if I won our bet. Yeah, I want to find that out because I'm still of the firm belief that.
Remind us, what's the bet?
So I'm of the firm belief that this game is not gonna come out in the 12-month window that they promised. So I'm basically saying it's gonna be pushed back to the second half of 23, and Dutch is convinced it's gonna come out before June. So
Which one's
we
this?
shall
Forza?
see. Forza, yeah, we're talking about Forza Motorsport, and we shall see. I hope I'm wrong, but I do have a feeling. And whoever's gonna lose is gonna buy the first round at Gamescom this year, because we're going. So it's gonna be awesome,
Yes, it is. Yes,
regardless of who wins. So yeah.
Awesome stuff. And Jen, any words on Forza before we get into the countdown?
Mainly from me, as someone that's not really into sim racing games, I don't really play them. The last Forza game I played was, I think, 4 or 5. I'm more into the Horizon style, arcadey style ones. So I'm hoping for some features that are more closer to that arcadey style. But I don't expect that. It would be nice to have it, but I don't expect it. Just something that's a little bit more friendly for me to at least jump in and try it out and see if the game keeps me, because of those more friendly features that are more for people that are into those arcadey style games.
Yeah, most definitely.
I'm the same with you, Jen. I do prefer the arcade games, you know, the Horizons, but I do like just the change of pace. It was nice when we were getting one and then the other, and then one and then the other, and it was quite regular, because by the time you got to the end of doing Horizon, 2, then Motorsport 4 was out, and then back to, and it was just kind of, or 5 or whatever it was, and it's just kind of, it was a nice sort of pace, back and two. By the time you'd finished one, you were fed up of it and ready for the change. Then we had no Motorsport and 2 Horizons back to back. I'm now ready for a simulator. So
I'm not. I don't go much on the simulation-y type games, to be honest. I don't really play many simulation games. Apart from a quick jump in, try it out, and that's it. I'm sort of in and out of those games. I don't really stick to them for long.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Yeah.
What if?
Already transitioned ourselves over to the live reaction view, so we're all set up there now. We're all good, golden and good to go. Everyone's nice and placed on the left side. We've got the gameplay ready in the middle. I'm excited now. Not long. Couple of minutes to go. Final thoughts on release dates for all of them. For me, I'm going to go for Minecraft Legends is coming out first, and I think it could be as early as the end of February, maybe the beginning of March. I think Forza will come out second, I think April time. And I think, of course, we more than confident at this point to say that Redfall's probably May. So, yes. And ESO could be absolutely any time, to be honest. It could be any time. I think ESO could drop alongside any of them. And I don't think it would make a difference.
That's just going to be DLC, so that really can drop wherever.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going with Elder Scrolls is gonna drop really soon. I mean, like this or next week. So super soon. This is more or less out now. Maybe in a
I said
week
it'd
or
be
two,
too many countdown.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna say Minecraft Legends, end of February, beginning of March, somewhere there. I'm gonna say Starfield is end of March and beginning of April. Redfall obviously May, and then we have Forza in like fall this year.
Jem, what about you? What do you think?
I think Minecraft comes out first, as early as next month, towards maybe the end of next month. Forza, I fully expect that to be April. Redfall is going to be May with early access, maybe late April. Starfield, I'm unsure about still because we've got no real information on when that event's going to be. But I would say hopefully early June, maybe late June for Starfield.
And last but not least, 30 seconds to go, Mick. What's your predicted release dates, windows for each of them?
Gonna go. Minecraft is gonna be somewhere towards the end of next month. Probably ESO just after that, the month after. I'm thinking that Starfield's still going to be end of April sort of time, and then hopefully Redfall May, and then hopefully we get E3. It's going to give us the next bunch of dates.
Nice.
That's the hope.
3, 2, 1, and it's on.
Let's do this.
Oh yeah.
Oh, another countdown timer.
Not again. Not again. Dear God.
As long as it's not like that that Call of Duty one that was like a 24-hour countdown, and then it came down. It came down to a bloody 2-hour countdown.
What are the names flying past? Is that the studio names?
Yeah, I think so. That's really quick though.
Mojang, yeah. Yeah, if you pause, Tango, turn 10. I can't read that one.
ZeniMax?
Oh, ZeniMax Online. Yeah, Arcane.
Tango Gameworks. Here we go.
3,
Here we
2,
go.
and in. Okay, Redfall.
Oh, kicking off.
Oh, or not. Forza maybe. Oh no, all of them.
I was going to say.
Elder Scrolls Online.
That's the guy. That's Tango.
I think they're just showing off a walkthrough of each studio at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's ZeniMax Online. These are all people that have got stuff on this show, but Tango has popped up in that name, and that guy's from Tango. So interesting.
And I'm going to keep the volume down a little bit low. And for some reason, the captions are in Arabic, so I'm going to turn them off. I'm going to keep the volume a little bit down low.
Tango Gameworks.
Oh, redacted.
Oh,
there is a special one. Oh, that's
there
interesting.
So that'll be that
Sneaky,
hi-fi
Rush, I think it's called.
Rush, that's it, yeah.
Minecraft first, okay.
I'm Dennis Reese, executive producer of Minecraft Legends. And today, we'd like to give you an insider's look at how we're building the PvP multiplayer experience for the game. Minecraft Legends is a new action strategy game set in a lush, dynamic world. It introduces epic storytelling, and you can form alliances with new and familiar Minecraft mobs to stop the invading piglins.
Minecraft Legends will let you play the story-driven campaign as an online co-op experience together with your friends. And it will also feature a PvP gameplay mode where 2 teams with up to 4 players each works to destroy the opponent's team space. The game will support cross-platform play and online matchmaking.
In order to create the best possible experience, we've partnered with Blackbird Interactive to develop the game. And it's been wonderful to see their commitment and focus on the Minecraft universe.
It's so much fun to be working with Mojang Studios on Minecraft Legends.
Here at Blackbird Interactive, we have a talented team of developers who are using our background in strategy games to bring a new and exciting experience to the Minecraft universe.
We're super excited to share more details about PvP gameplay.
Fox is going to quit playing Age when this comes out.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to be his new Age of Empires.
I don't know.
There are some really cool features that make
That's
PvP
big.
unique.
First off, players share
Somehow,
their
I
army
don't
and
think so.
resources with their team.
I'm joking.
This means that individual players aren't able to win on their
I know.
own. They must cooperate to be successful.
Communication is really important. And you can sort of really tell the teams that gel together because they naturally form roles at the beginning of the game. And as soon as we start, you're off.
Holmesy in the chat says Minecraft needs chainsaws.
We have our favorite roles, but we change
Fair enough.
Agree.
Also, the world in PvP is procedurally generated, just like it is in campaign. This means that each PvP session is different than the last.
That it's different every time you play, depending on how the map is generated, where the valleys are, the mountains are, where the secrets are, you know, where the towers are.
In Minecraft Legends, the piglins are an ever-present threat, and this includes PvP.
The piglins are on their own side. They're trying to kill both of you at the same time.
So the opposing team is not the only thing you need to worry about.
Beware of the piglins.
In PvP, there's something for everyone. For players who like action, they can go attack the piglins or lay siege to the enemy base. For players who enjoy exploration, they can search the world to find resources for their team, hidden treasure chests, or scout the enemy base.
Gathering resources to help the team out, that's super important. But whenever I get into a PvP match, the first thing I try to do is to track down the Regal Tiger. It's my favorite mob to ride because it's really fast, but it's also really cute.
For players who like building,
That'll be about the only thing I'll be doing in that game is building.
your base, because soon enough your enemy will attack, and you need to be ready.
So the first thing I do when we start is everyone runs off. I open the map, see where the enemy base is. First thing I build is what we call an upgrade tower, where it allows you to build upgrades. So I place that at the back, away from the enemy. So I really pride myself in making, you know, impenetrable bases.
Since the goal of PvP is to destroy the opposing team's base, defending your own base is really important. You have to start with a lot of walls, a lot of towers, and some gates.
It looks cool, but
After that, you can just add whatever you want.
it's not.
Freestyle
I know.
a bit.
I know. I won't.
I
sink
like
much
to
time
add
into this.
different layers of walls. So my opponents
It's
have
like
to
a
find their way
Minecraft.
through
It is a
my base, almost
Minecraft
like a
Age
maze.
Light.
And then
From
once those
PvP.
walls are up, I like to actually
I'd
hide
rather
my
go
ice
and play
traps
Age.
behind them to catch
Yeah.
enemies off guard.
Well, not long.
When it comes time to finally bring out the other team,
Couple of
my
days.
Yeah.
strategy is to make a forward camp just outside the enemy base. Then I get the biggest, strongest mobs I can as fast as I can and start sending them in. Then I can smash down the walls, take out their mobs, and claim victory.
The real fun of PvP is creating a strategy, having a game plan, deciding how you think you're going to crush the enemy, and then all of a sudden the hosts tell you,
The opposing team just built a redstone launcher.
and you're like, I can't do my attack now. I've got to like build an anti-siege tower, which is an anti-air tower, to stop the redstone launchers. You just have to be constantly changing your tactics. And sometimes you're like, I have no idea what they're doing. And then you certainly find out very quickly.
Resources, or do you want to go?
I'll definitely give it a
while
shot.
Back, we had somebody on our dev
Yeah.
team use a strategy where they built a bunch of what are called plank golems.
Could have been Game Pass,
which
so
are
we'll definitely be
archers.
trying it.
So they're very weak, but
See
they
what
do
they-
a high
so
amount
even
of
if we can
damage.
get a,
We
like,
had
a
40 of them,
2v2
and he
going
just
where
ran
it's
through our
like
base, ran around our
a
tower,
couple of
and
us
took out
versus
our
another
entire
couple,
tower.
see who
It was
lasts.
such a simple strategy.
And that's why we still
I'll be on
playing
Boxy's
it every
team.
day, 'cause
Yeah, I thought as much.
It's different, you never know what's going to happen.
You can carry me.
We have to do that in Age.
Yeah.
We have to team up.
Yeah.
Is Age going to have crossplay between console and PC?
That might a little bit.
I don't think they've said anything. April. I expected that earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
April
thought.
18th, 2023. So at least the Germans were right.
Hmm.
We are getting release dates.
Yes.
Yep.
Indeed.
Pre-order or play with Game Pass.
April 18th.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh, here we go. Turn 10. Come on.
Oh yeah. There we go.
Woo! Here's some eye candy, people.
Oh, yeah. Nice damage.
I'm going to watch this in 4K after as well. If they've got the 4K version up.
Oh, yeah. Everyone should
And
do that.
welcome to Turn 10 Studios. The team is hard at work bringing you the next generation of Forza Motorsport, built from the ground up to take advantage of the Xbox Series consoles. This is the
More
most
bold statement.
technically advanced racing game
Mhm.
ever made. Today, I'm joined by some of our amazing team members to show you how we are making it look real, sound real, and feel real.
Oh.
This is Forza Motorsport. At launch, Forza Motorsport features over 500 cars for you to collect, race, and customize with
500 cars at launch.
unique upgrades. This includes over 100
That's
new
a lot.
Motorsport cars, the most modern race cars we've ever featured on our
Look at the Seika there.
Racing is violent. It's a battle on the racetrack. The advancements in our physics model are greater than
Nice.
Forza Motorsport 5, 6, and 7 combined. This makes our driving experience more fun and rewarding in the way the car accelerates, corners, and brakes.
Wow.
Our materials and shaders are built from the
Those
ground up
reflections.
at higher resolutions and optimized for a cutting-edge ray tracing experience. Our paints are sourced
Like
using
that.
a spectrophotometer
Bloody
to
hell.
capture multiple data points of
I was
light
going to say the
waves on
paint
the
looks
surface.
real. It
This
doesn't
yields
just look
paint
like a
model
flat
that
surface
has a
that's
much
been
more
skinned.
realistic
It,
light response
on a
across the
computer, it
color,
actually
metal
looks like a
and gloss.
surface of a
Damage
car.
and dirt buildup is unique to each car. It's now contextually aware and more localized. We simulate paint
That's very
thickness,
detailed
chipping,
like
and
that.
directionality.
Yeah.
Dirt
And the dirt as
accumulation
well.
is more realistic, gathering more in the low pressure areas like recesses and alcoves. These innovations tell the story
Oh,
of the
yeah.
work you put into a race and reflects the marks and battle scars of motorsport.
This is our best sounding Forza Motorsport ever, and the first to be
Nice.
mixed natively for immersive audio formats like Windows Sonic and Dolby
I thought that was
Atmos.
Owen Wilson for a moment.
To create an immersive soundscape,
Wow.
each audio system has been rebuilt from the ground up to deliver a new level of sonic depth and
Wow, look at that car. Wow.
Modifying car parts like your exhaust and turbo change the car sounds in Forza Motorsport, just like it would in the real world. Every car now has a variety of sound possibilities
Ooh, that
based on the
car's
parts you've
screwed.
installed. Hardware accelerated convolution reverb
Gotta love a muscle car, though.
sounds and
Oh,
features
yeah.
interact within an acoustic space, dynamically adapting to its surroundings and creating a realistic and detailed soundscape.
Okay.
That fucking sounds really good.
Yeah, it does. Oh,
New features
Cosy.
like our regional track announcer system and
Nice.
improved tire and suspension audio bring a new level of realism to the game. Hear Forza Motorsport like never before. Every tire squeal, every engine, lap after lap.
$20.
Forza Motorsport launches with 20 environments,
Nice.
built from the ground up for this generation. You'll get to
Ooh,
race
nice.
on iconic fan
I did
favorites,
say 15
as
to
well
20.
as 5
So-
all-new
Yep,
racing
you did.
locations, including our first in South Africa, Kyalami. We capture our environments to an incredible level of detail. When we reference a track, our team comes back with over 3
Jesus.
terabytes of highly detailed photogrammetry and laser scan data. Through the power of the Xbox Series consoles, we're able to use this data to draw up to 10 times more detail than previous
Oh, those
generations.
cones are going down.
You'll see lush
I've got a
trees,
long-standing
dense
argument
moss
with
and
those
overgrown
cones.
vegetation, animated track life,
We're going
physically-based
down.
lighting and volumetric fog effects, and a
The
fully
war on
procedural cloud
cones
system
continues
that
when
evolves
this
organically.
comes out.
Tracks look alive.
I'm terrible at racing games, so one of these walls are coming down somewhere.
Cutting-edge visuals and crowds consisting of
Monza?
tens of thousands of fully animated 3D spectators.
Oh, that's ES
so you're
Cataluna,
always
I think,
immersed in
actually.
the pure spectacle of racing. For the
I'm
first
definitely
time in
preferring
Forza
this
Motorsport,
inside the development studios look that they're going for.
ensures a constantly
Yeah,
evolving
definitely.
racing experience where no two laps ever look
More
the
more
same.
personal experience that way.
Dynamic track temperatures, wet driving surfaces, and rubbering in ensure that no two laps ever play the same. I love the detail our talented team of artists have built into Kyalami.
Ooh, wow, the nighttime is
Fast
beautiful.
forward to night, and the vista is truly
All
breathtaking.
the city in the
You can
background.
see the distant light glows of the city, a beautiful visual touch. Even the Kyalami logo itself creates visual impact every time you see it, thanks to ray traced global illumination, which simulates how hundreds of thousands of light rays accumulate color as they bounce between surfaces. We're rendering all our environments in 4K at 60 FPS with real-time ray tracing on
Oh,
display.
wow.
60 with ray
Sand
tracing.
as well there.
On on all smooth
All that
mirrors
sand
and
around the
flat
track
surfaces.
there all looked completely different.
The
Didn't just
incredible
look like
detail
one,
and rendering
block of
features
sand.
our
you know,
track
one
environments,
flat surface.
Forza
Yeah.
Motorsport is truly a generational
nice.
leap ahead with unmatched visual fidelity and
Oh,
authenticity.
that's
This
Yes
looks
Marina
really
there.
good.
Forza Motorsport is back, and it's our most comprehensive game ever, with over 500 cars
that's-
and 20 environments, with more new race cars than ever before. You can experience all of this in our incredible new online racing
Single
mode
player career?
and in our all-new car-building focused single-player career.
Yeah, Boxy.
Nice.
You've got your career.
Cannot wait
Yes.
for you to get your
Yeah.
hands on this incredible game.
Oh, that is good news. That date.
Release date.
That date. Then again, coming 2023, we know they've got the thing tomorrow. So
Dutch,
hopefully,
Dutch, it looks good for me. It does look good for me.
yeah. But they've got that thing tomorrow, which is the follow-up. So that might be where they put the.
Yeah,
date.
no,
Oh,
No, I
no
don't
way.
expect that.
over to Tango.
Yep, that's me. And you're probably wondering how I ended up here. Well, it's pretty standard. Check this out.
Hey, look, it's Scalebound.
Music delicious. It's powering up my new robot arm.
Graphics look better than Scalebound.
It's making everything sync
It's
up
definitely a
to the beat.
different graphical style, mine.
Let's rock.
Reminds me of
Whoa!
what did Obsidian?
This is very
what-
colourful.
What did Insomniac make? What was that game that?
Sunset Overdrive.
Overdrive. It's a little bit Overdrive with a sort of
I'm
slightly
digging
more
the art style,
cartoony
mate.
look.
Is this the guy?
Yeah.
Whoa, definitely gonna get a copyright strike on this song.
Oh yeah.
Just so you know, they're insane.
I'll just mute it temporarily and just let us talk.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. There it is. Hi-Fi Rush.
Hi-Fi Rush.
Profession.
Nice.
Rockstar.
Very nice.
Future.
That looks really good, actually. I'm pleasantly surprised.
I'm Shinji Mikami.
That's right up my street.
Tango Gameworks. Thank you for all your support over the years.
And I'm John Johannes, director on Hi-Fi Rush.
It's
taking that off,
it's like an
I
action,
love it. It's very
action
colourful.
fighting sort of.
Comic book styled.
だけどこういうゲームがね生まれて本当に良かったね。
So everyone thinks of us as putting out horror games like The Evil Within or spooky games like Ghostwire Tokyo, but this is clearly something
Which it
totally
pretty
different.
much did.
And if this
It
game
did.
hasn't already been, fingers crossed, we hope it's a pleasant surprise.
Well, at least the name did anyway.
Let's have some fun.
まあ僕はね本当に新しいものができて未だにワクワクしてるよ。
でもチームもみんなそう思ってますよ。So we've been waiting for this for a long time. So let's jump in and explain exactly what Hi-Fi Rush is. Hi-Fi Rush is a rhythm action game. So it's
rhythm
a bit
action.
of a
Oh
twist
god.
on your traditional action game.
Rhythm action.
Yeah,
game.
we did.
Attacks help create
Oh,
Yeah,
everyone's
we did
brushed
hear
up
that
on
it was
their,
a rhythm
All your
based
Metal Hellsinger
game.
style.
stylish and devastating combos add a layer to the music.
That,
The
unfortunately,
more you
that
go with the
puts
beat,
me off
The
it.
better you can connect your
I
attacks.
can't be
and abilities.
doing with the rhythm. I struggled with Hellsinger, to
You
be
are in
honest.
total control during combat, but everything you do syncs up like an awesome music video.
But I do like the look of this one, though.
That's Hi-Fi Rush. You play as Chai, a wannabe rock star, victim of a weird corporate
Oh, he's
system.
Snapping his
like-
finger.
he's-
Sense
yeah,
the rhythm of
his
the
fingers
entire
like.
world pulsing to the game soundtrack. As you can see,
The beat moves the world around you, and it's the key to combat.
You looking for me?
Your attacks will automatically sync to land on the beat, making Hi-Fi Rush a super easy game
Oh,
to
it's the opposite
start.
way around then. So your attacks sync on the beat,
However,
not the other way
attacking on
around.
the beat leads to combos that end with a musical countdown we call a beat hit.
Okay.
Make a big cymbal crash at the end of a drum solo, like this. Landing beat hits unleash a combo finish that adds unique musical flair and high damage attacks.
And the crowd goes wild. Oh, anyone see the guy that did this?
How about we see it all in action?
It's very Sunset Overdrive.
Very Sunset Overdrive, isn't it? Yeah.
Do Xbox still own the Sunset Overdrive IP, or
No.
is that?
No, they gave it back. They gave it to Insomniac. They literally gave it to him.
That's a shame. I was going to say these could do a Sunset Overdrive too. Maybe this was something they thought about that's similar, at least, that they could get away with.
Okay, that's quite cool. So it doesn't block you if you don't hit the beat, but you get bonuses for doing it.
Staying in rhythm. When we say everything moves to the beat, we mean it. Enemy attacks, cutscenes, dangerous obstacles, you name it. It all syncs to the music, creating an ongoing jam session of a game. To help out is 808, your robot cat companion who
Yeah, the
literally
cat's
hovers over your
flashing.
shoulder and helps you find that rhythm. But we also have visual guides to help you even more. We want you to be able to enjoy Hi-Fi Rush, whether you're Rhythm Pro or not.
I look so cool doing this.
Chai also gets by with a little help from his friends. Literally.
Get up, slacker. We've got work to do.
Chai will team up with unlikely allies to expand his repertoire of moves both in and out of combat. There's Peppermint breaking barriers and juggling enemies, along with Macaron smashing enemy armor and knocking back enemies.
I'm really looking forward to this
Tag
now.
teaming with Chai's partners in
I have to say that what I've seen is actually looks really good,
over-the-top action.
and I'm not as worried about the rhythm thing as I was before. So yeah.
And they're showing actual gameplay as well.
That's not
Yeah.
bad.
I'm just really digging. I like.
The extra help is
I
handy,
always like
because
when a
you're not
studio
fighting,
does
you're gonna be
something
running around
entirely
and
different,
wreaking
especially
havoc
art
all
style
over
wise.
Bandblade's corporate headquarters, where everything
It's good for me because I'm not a fan of horror games, and all of their games have been horror games.
Yeah.
So this is now their first
Taking
game
down
they've
the
made that
bosses
I'm
with
interested
Vandalay
in.
technologies.
So
Besides wanting to erase Chai for being a defect, it seems they've got something a little bit more sinister on their corporate agenda. You'll fight through each department to take them all on, each level with their own musical spin on
These
the rock
environments
genre.
look awesome.
And then we have a showdown.
So let's get ready.
That reminded me of
Battles are climactic set
what is that
pieces,
bloody
varying from straight-up fights
comic
and musical
series
minigames to chase
that was also turned into a movie?
custom choreographed to licensed
Scott
music
Pilgrim.
from amazing
9 Inch
Ah,
Nails, The
Scott
Black
Pilgrim.
Keys, Prodigy.
oh, Scott Pilgrim is one of my favorite.
Did you see the
films of
bands
all
we've
time.
got in
made
there?
a tango before.
I didn't catch that.
It's
No.
crazy, yeah.
9 Inch Nails, Prodigy.
It's a high-energy,
Black Keys.
feel-good rhythm action experience that's amazingly satisfying to play.
I'm looking forward to seeing what Prodigy track they've got in
I,
there.
I hope they have a
Yeah,
stream
it'd be
safe
interesting
mode for
one.
this as well, though. They definitely need a streamer safe mode for this.
Yeah.
Unless they've done that.
Pretty rock star move, Chai.
I'm
Fingers crossed.
surprised they did that one there and not at the end. You can probably turn the sound back up now.
もしね、ハイファイラッシュでお客さんから怖いって言われたら、俺もう死んじゃうかも。他にもいろいろさせることあると思うんだけど、
You cannot
例えば猫とか撫でれたりするの。
いや、それは当たり前でしょうね。
The other real
Or you can pet the
いや
cat.
でも、もう一つのサプライズはありますよ。
まあ、これはジョンのゲームだから、ジョンからどうぞ。
So, not only
Tonight?
super psyched
What?
to play this, we're happy
The
to tell
full
you that
game?
No way.
tonight.
Shadow
I was going
drop.
to say that
There's
earlier. I was going to say,
shadow
what if
drop.
this is a shadow drop?
It launches on Xbox and PC a few hours after the
Well,
show.
I know what I'm playing
A few hours
tonight.
after the
It'll be on
show.
Gamepass as
Jesus
well.
Christ. That is awesome.
Oh, well done, Xbox. That is a
Mm.
definite win.
That's
with
cool.
Because not only was everybody quite into that, but that has definitely sealed it.
You looking for me?
I'm looking forward to playing that later then.
What on earth?
Yeah?
Mind if I join?
Don't think anyone expected
That threw me off.
And then twin that with the fact that we're getting GoldenEye at the end of later on in this week as well. Brilliant stuff.
GoldenEye's like 2 days' time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Age of Empires is on the 28th. Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
You're going out with the trash.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this now. Gotta be downloading
Yeah.
that
Yep.
immediately.
Yep. I'm ready for that.
Today. Boom.
So Gamepass today. That's fucking crazy, man.
Bravo. Bravo, Xbox. You've done well there.
Okay.
There we go.
Way to keep our
Zen Max.
expectations in
Well,
check and then completely switch it around.
Yeah, well, that's what we want. That's good. Yeah. We just have to remember that for the next show and just try and keep it at the same level and hope that we get this. That's good. Not my thing. But yeah.
I still need to give this a go, you know. I've actually
Welcome
got the
to Hunt
game.
Valley,
I
Maryland,
purchased
and the
the game
headquarters
and
of
I haven't
ZeniMax
really
Online
played it.
Studios. You just saw a cinematic teaser for the Elder Scrolls Online's next chapter.
Necrom.
I'm pleased to reveal ESO Necrom, which will launch in
Looks a
June.
bit
and is
like,
shaping up to be one of the best updates to the game
Launching in June.
ever.
Those tentacle
If you watch the
things,
teaser closely,
Jen, that
you saw
around
that
in the
Necrom
you know,
will
in
go
the
through one of the
three-headed
most
snake that
requested
eats
features in
itself
ESO,
on the logo.
a new playable
Looks a
class
bit like
called
that
the
mallet.
Arcanist.
Is it
It's only
Mallow?
our third new class since
Who's that
launch,
other
and we know
Dragonborn
you're
guy
gonna love it.
that's in Skyrim?
The Arcanist
That's
wields magic
got
I think
that
it's Malak,
forbidden
something along those lines.
unique abilities
Looks a bit like
never
that.
before seen in this world. Of course, the experience of exploring a new area of Tamriel is the heart of every ESO
Yeah.
chapter.
It was from Morrowind as well, that guy.
Eastern Morrowind, not seen in an Elder Scrolls game since 1994, where you will meet new characters and enemies, reunite with some old friends, and explore a story based around the
Told
return
you.
of a well-known Daedric prince you just might
Oh no,
remember
that's
from the Dragonborn
no, that's
Skyrim
not him.
DLC.
That's
For those of you new to ESO, we release a new
damn, I
expansion
did that
called a
mission the other
chapter
day as
every
well.
year. Chapters are essentially standalone games in ESO that
Can't
let
think of his
you
name now.
adventure in a new region of Tamriel. But you don't have to wait for the Necrom chapter to jump in. We've got so many amazing experiences you can enjoy right now.
ESO is humongous.
If
at
you
this
love
point.
games like Skyrim and
It is.
Oblivion, you'll feel right at home amongst the thousands of stories unfolding across every region in ESO.
I mean, it literally.
And as anyone who's
looks
played a
and
classic
plays
Elder Scrolls
like
game knows,
Skyrim.
it's all about those feelings
much
when
bigger.
you're fully immersed in the world.
it's a little bit more.
Remember that
You can
feeling
tell
when you
it's
first
not
encountered a
quite
dragon?
the same,
Got an
but it's
entire
very
province that's
similar.
overrun by dragons. Or questioned if you were capable of taking down a
I'm
frost
still
troll
taken
or
aback
a
by the last game,
Try
sorry.
for yourself in
Yes,
ESO.
Yeah,
What about
Nice
the moment
surprise
you
that we got.
visited a city in Morrowind that was
Whoa.
built inside the shell of a giant crab? For the Oblivion fans out there, how about another
Mehrunes
chance at
Dagon.
taking on the colossal
Jeez.
Daedric prince, Mehrunes Dagon? Just like any single-player Elder Scrolls game, you can have a blast simply by following the main quest line. Or seek out lore and learn more about the world. Become a craftsman. Go fishing. Decorate and furnish your home. Customize your character. Play it like an action RPG. And when you're ready, you can easily engage in one of the best open-world PvP systems. Run dungeons co-op with your friends for great loot. Or just join a guild to chat with others. The possibilities in this virtual world are endless. New players will immediately feel right at home because our community is one of the most.
I feel like every
if
studio
not
says
the
that about their
most
community.
welcoming
Right,
on
and
the
those
planet.
people haven't
We
been to
invite
Sea of Thieves
everyone
Fest,
who has
so
not yet experienced ESO to give it a try and create your own stories in our shared world. There's no required subscription and thousands of hours of content to dig into, solo or with friends.
It looks
Explore
so
nearly
much better
every
than when I
corner of
first jumped into it,
Tamriel
mine.
with no level restrictions. It's magical being
Oh,
able
yeah,
to
it
travel
looked
almost
a
anywhere
lot
you
different
please
back then.
from the moment you enter the world. ESO is available on PC and Mac, in addition to previous and current-gen consoles, including a purpose-built next-gen version for
This
the
is
Xbox
only on the
Series
1080p
X and S
stream,
with high-fidelity
by the way.
graphics and enhanced performance modes. An added bonus for Xbox players, it's on Game Pass.
So
And
it's
starting
Series X and
today,
S
for a limited
as well
time,
now.
we're making all past
Over
chapters
20
available
DLCs for free.
any player.
What?
So
For a
everyone
limited
can test
time,
drive
though.
all of our adventures, including our take.
That's the
Skyrim,
problem with that, is
Morrowind,
that you'd have to go
Oblivion,
back and
much,
start
Oh no,
buying
it
all
says
those things.
ESO
At
High
Sauce,
Isle
we have
and
so many
Necrom is not
passionate and
included.
talented developers who continue to add to
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls lore by producing handcrafted, epic adventures, and I'm immensely proud to be a part of it. Believe me, we have tons more to share, and I can't wait for the team to show it all to you. Join us after this show for the 2023 ESO Global Reveal, where we'll go deep into all things Necrom.
Right, okay,
So
that's
June
next June as
5th.
well, by the way.
Unreal.
So Necrom is June. There we go. June 5th and June 20th on Xbox.
Here we go, Redfall.
Something evil is swallowing up this place bit by
Right.
bit.
Let's go.
Nobody ever believes things can get this bad until it happens. Then, it's too late. But there are people who can fight back. Stick together! Eyes up!
Welcome to Redfall, Massachusetts, where the calm seas and sunny skies have been eclipsed by a legion of vampires. Redfall is a story-driven shooter at its heart, which can be played single-player or co-op with up to 4 players. Choose your hero, each with their own unique abilities, and form the perfect vampire-slaying squad to take back Redfall's haunted streets.
At Arcane, we make games where the world itself is as important as the characters. With Redfall, we take an exciting step forward, building a lovingly detailed open world to deliver our largest setting ever. Every inch of our open world is carefully handcrafted and packed with environmental storytelling. Explore the streets of a quaint island town, from the once bustling downtown to the haunted forest, to the decimated seaside boardwalk and gorgeously detailed landmarks. But it's not all danger all the time. There are safe places on the island where you can rest up, chat with survivors, and resupply. Here we're at the fire station, one of your home bases. This is one place you'll receive missions from survivors.
There's something I need you to do. The old lighthouse in the bay. It's been used for over a century to keep boats away from the coastline. If we turn it back on, it's a warning to anyone trying to come to Redfall right now. Easy, right? Well, the lighthouse keeper is a real asshole. Joined up with those cultists and took the damn lamp with him.
Ooh.
Go on, Bird.
Here's a vampire known as the Shroud. Shrouds blanket the area in darkness, disorienting their prey. They hurl lethal projectiles and can even shift through the floor to avoid damage.
Whoa. We'll see about that. Not anymore, you can't.
Bugging out. lighthouse is back up, but there's more waiting for you. Taking down vampires angers the vampire gods, who will summon the Rook to take you down.
Oh, he's a dude.
That's a big fucking guy.
Yep.
Some size.
Let's transition to what you'll find outside of the main story missions. There's so much waiting for you. Redfall is filled with encounters that can pop up anywhere, like this brewery that's fallen under cultist control. Save the locals from being offered to the vampires. Like our past games, you can approach a mission in many different ways. Always be ready to improvise. Remy uses her combat robot Bribon to help distract and eliminate the cultists.
We got him, Bribon.
Shiny. Gotta love a new shotgun.
With a bayonet attached to it.
Oh, yeah.
A wooden stake, I think, right?
Yeah, it looks like it anyway.
I'm loving the silenced pistol as well. Oh, that's not a good look.
Is that it, the clown? Is that what it is?
Oh my god, please god no.
I think it was like a vampire with like a blood bag on it or something.
I think it was the, yeah, it said something about them being offered to the vampires, so it's like a, I don't know, something that was feeding on the people that had been offered to it.
As you investigate otherworldly psychic spaces to unravel the vampire's secrets. Take this vampire nest. These deadly layers change each time you step inside.
Ooh.
Jacob sends out his raven to tag
Different
the enemies
every time,
below.
huh?
Dev follows up with his teleporter, instantly closing the gap.
Ah, the UV.
To destroy a nest, you have to take out its heart, and all of the vampires willing to die to protect it.
Horrible way to die.
Stirring, move alive.
I woke them up. Just one bite.
I mean, that gun that you're using looks OP. Really OP. It's like one-shot kills.
Now escape the nest before it comes crashing
It's
down.
not no way going to be that easy in the beginning.
No.
Nests aren't the only psychic spaces. You'll find dangerous pockets all over the island. It's all vampire turf, so tread carefully.
I got you.
Redfall won't truly be safe until the vampires are wiped from the map. Outside the main story, another one of your missions is to take back Redfall neighborhood by neighborhood. Find safe houses hidden all over the island, and then work your way up to the vampire controlling the neighborhood. To reclaim this neighborhood, you'll have to defeat a powerful vampire called the Siphon.
Boom.
Whether you dive in solo or with friends, each hero can take on any situation. Each brings powerful, unique abilities to the fight, and the upgrades you choose change how they play.
That revive system's cool.
Here, Layla's lift
Yeah.
ability can be upgraded to launch teammates for airborne attacks. Upgrade Layla's umbrella ability with bullet hail to absorb enemy bullets.
Gonna see
and release
all the Call of
energy
Duty
back
players
at them.
doing 360 no scopes out at lift.
Yeah. Whoa. Well, that tree will
There
disintegrate.
are many ways to customize your hero's ability tree to match your
Particle
playstyle.
effects are very pretty.
Yeah.
Let's
get some light on the subject.
Ooh.
Let's hit on the arsenal. There's a wide range of weaponry, from military gear to new vampire slaying inventions, from shotguns to sniper rifles.
Well, well.
And of course,
It's a bit of a
there's ultimate
guitar.
vampire stakes.
Nice.
Find these in the world to customize your weapons.
Nice. Customizability. What about your outfit, though? Can you look different?
When you reclaim significant sections of Redfall, the last step is to face the underboss who controls, or used to control, that neighborhood. Underbosses are powerful elites of the vampire gods, with their own unique abilities, like this one's shield. When you prove yourself against the underboss, you'll receive a key of sorts. A skull that gets you one step closer to facing the ultimate
Oh,
threat,
hello.
the vampire gods.
Thank you for visiting Redfall.
That looked really good.
All the support
That did look
you've
good.
shown our
It was
team.
so good that we didn't hardly say anything the whole way through.
The one thing that's consistent.
It's always a good
We
sign.
make the kinds of games we want to play.
And that's how Redfall was born. We blended everything we love here.
When's it coming out?
Immersive open worlds, unique and customizable
I think
heroes,
it's gonna be May,
RPG,
like the
and
rumors.
FPS gameplay.
And of course, our
I'm hoping it's earlier, considering Forza didn't get a date.
Along with our spin on one of the most classic monsters of all time.
Vampires.
Boxy, you're very
It's
quiet.
been
Are you
amazing
muted,
to
or?
see how all of us have pulled together to deliver.
Oh yeah,
our
I'm
vision
trying
for
to
something
listen.
new.
Redfall is the biggest, most ambitious game we have ever made.
Our teams dove head first into this new opportunity, and we can't wait for you to experience Redfall for yourself.
May
Thankfully,
2nd.
you won't have to wait too much longer. Redfall's coming on May 2nd.
Nice.
Thank you again for joining us.
And we'll
It
see you
was May
soon
then,
in
they were right.
Redfall.
Yeah. Epic Store and Steam. Interesting.
Nice.
There we go.
Outro sizzle.
There we go. 3, 2, 1.
Hello. It's so much fun to be working with Mojang Studios on Minecraft Legends.
This is our best sounding Forza Motorsport ever.
Yeah, that was alright.
Something Maya Morris or something, that Daedric god.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I can't remember.
All right, let's do this.
Nice. Very nice.
Sweet.
Still a little disappointed we didn't get anything at all about Starfield. Just a, just a little sort of when it's coming, but that might come in a tweet or a post on Xbox Wire. But I'm impressed with that Hi-Fi Rush though, and the fact that it's coming out.
I bet it's going to be out tonight.
Yeah, it's a couple of hours after the show.
Couple of hours time. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Right, chaps.
So,
Get our thoughts then, Boxy. You've intentionally been quiet because you've been listening intently. What's your thoughts?
I tried to listen to what the developers had to say. So general thought on the format first before we dive into some of the games. I loved it. It's exactly what Xbox needs. That's what this kind of show is what they need to do like 3-4 times a year in addition to the big E3 showcase. It's like perfect. No cringe, no personalities presenting stuff. Like, let's see some of the studios. See, I love that atmosphere when you see like people working on things and that's just I like it. I like that. The format was fantastic. Pacing was good. Exactly the amount of time for the 43 minutes that it ran. Awesome. Really, the format couldn't do it better. Then, like, yeah, it's what we expected, right? 4 games, and they had one surprise. And that surprise actually looked good.
Yeah.
Hi-Fi Rush. I mean, it has been heavily rumored that this is gonna be shown. It has been even the name leaked. Yeah. What did not leak is that it is a stealth drop out tonight. It looks like, the mixture of Sunset Overdrive meets Metal Hellsinger. Like rhythm-based fighting in a super colorful world with like traversal, funny characters. I did not expect anything from the game. I thought it is more like, I don't know, mobile game or something. But it looks fun. I'm really looking forward to play it. It pleasantly surprised. The surprise was perfect. Like out now, looks awesome. Cool. I'm all for it, man. Xbox gonna drop some surprises early this year with like GoldenEye coming tomorrow or the day after. Hi-Fi Rush now. Then we have Age coming in 2 or 3 days, 5 days. So that's cool, man. That's cool. Then we had Minecraft Legends. Yeah, I don't know. It looked to me like the reveal of Fortnite, when you guys remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unconvinced on it.
I'm probably gonna check it out. It's April 18th, which is a good time because April is like the only month so far that isn't like super packed with other releases. So I might check it out. It didn't really convince me. So yeah. And we have Elder Scrolls Necrom. Guys, I thought seriously, like, how old is Elder Scrolls Online? I want to say 5 years, 6 years, something like that, at least, if not older. For a game that is that old and has like 20 DLC already, they did a fantastic presentation because they did not just focus on like, okay, listen, that's our new awesome DLC and blah blah blah.
Came out in
Key
2014.
focus when Mike was actually shutting up, we were able to listen to it. We were told like, guys, this is an inviting game for new players. If you haven't played it, don't be scared. Because it is intimidating. If you think about jumping into World of Warcraft this year, like 16 years after it came out, like you're overwhelmed. There's billions of missions and everyone has like characters with level 2 billion. It's intimidating. And I thought the key messaging for me was like, hey, we are inviting everyone to try it out. You can play solo. You can't just jump in and play it like an Elder Scrolls game. They like mentioned 6 or 7 times, hey, this is like Skyrim and Oblivion. This is just like it. You can experience it solo, and if you want to check it out, do so. I thought that is a good messaging, because it's hard to advertise the 21st DLC or the 20th DLC for a game. It's hard, and I thought it looked good for a game that old. It looked, and the messaging was fantastic. So kudos to them for that. Then we had Forza Motorsport.
Yeah.
I mean, what can we say? Looker. Absolutely focus also on audio. Fantastic. Dolby Atmos, natively supported. They recorded all the soundtracks, everything for having proper Atmos sound. So gonna be awesome. It looks stunning. I wish I had seen a little bit more continuous gameplay.
Yeah.
Because it was all like cinematic shots and this and that. And whenever you thought now we see an actual race, they already moved the camera away again.
Yeah.
So, yeah, good on that. It looks good. But I wish I had seen at least one race. Like, and if it only was like 15, 20 seconds. But other than that, man, still no release date. Every other game got a release date. Every other game got
2023. To me, that screams it's not coming in the first half.
I don't think so either. Listen, if they had a date for in like 2, 3, 4 months, this would have been the chance to tell the world this is when you're gonna play Forza. Because they're not going to do another developer direct focusing on Forza before E3. They're going to do another developer direct.
They've got Forza Monthly tomorrow with Forza.
Yeah, but this would. Okay, I could. Yeah, but it would be. Come on, if they did, no one's going to watch that.
It would. The announcement for the date would have been here, in my opinion.
Yeah, if they would have a date, they would have announced. Okay, I see Dutch's smirk here, because he knows what I'm about to say about it's Xbox, and it could definitely be that they do it tomorrow, but I don't think so. No, I don't think they have a date yet, which isn't necessarily a problem. But the thing is, it's not coming out before E3. It's not. The next developer direct will be on Starfield, and then we have, and the next thing after that is gonna be E3. So no. Because they have not announced the date yet, it's not gonna come out in the first half. It's just not.
I'm right there with you. It says coming 2023. To me, that screams it's been pushed past the 6 months.
And in front of my
September
eyes,
release for this is what I'm feeling.
Yeah,
September, October, maybe.
Sounds good. Totally realistic, and it makes sense for such a racing game. They've released the Forza games previously in September. This is good date for that kickoff, like the holiday season with a racer, and then get us Hellblade in October or November. That's what they need to do. But yeah, obviously no date, all speculation. But what did get a date is Redfall.
Yes,
May 2nd. I mean, that was rumored.
That looks so good.
And what can I say?
Really impressed with that. To the point, I was silent the majority of it. Watching
Really,
that was a blast.
Yeah, Chen, go ahead. I'm with you, man.
Yeah, it looked stunning. Redfall. I mean, I was quiet for most of that part of the presentation of Redfall. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it in its full 4K when they upload the 4K version of it, and take a deeper look into that game with the full glory of 4K footage. But yeah, it looks impressive. Very pretty in like some of the areas of the game where they said there's like psychic areas, and you can see like bits of the world torn apart. Visually stunning in those elements. The particles, just it took me a sort of took me aback with Redfall, and now I'm really hyped for the game. Wasn't so much before because I didn't really know much about it. We'd seen some stuff, but really didn't get a good idea of what the game was all about. But thankfully, this really give us a deeper look into the game, and I can't wait to play this come May 2nd.
It kind of, to me, it looks perfect for you because it looks more like an in-depth, story-based hunt showdown with vampires.
Yeah, and the weapons there, like with the little bits of wooden stakes on the guns, and like you can have a bloody bit of a guitar arm on your gun and use that as a stake. Like, it's really cool looking. I can't wait to see what other weapons are in the game. I would have hoped to have seen a bit more cosmetic side for characters, because I feel like if everyone's going to play as the same character, they're going to get tired of looking at each other being like, "Oh, you just look like me."
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope they've got some customization options there. Kind of feel like they haven't. Maybe it's just like skins that you can get in the game that you unlock. But yeah, it looks impressive, and I can't wait to get my hands on that. There's obviously no announcement here if the game is going to get an early access. Maybe that'll come a little bit closer to the time it comes out. But yeah, I can't wait to play it on May 2nd.
Awesome. Boxy, what's your thoughts?
Yeah.
On
Oh, pleasantly surprised. Honestly, it looks fantastic. It's a cool mixture in between like horror elements where we had like jump scares when the guy went into that room and suddenly that vampire was there and everything. Cool. You have those moments. You have the moments that take you out of the seriousness with like Jen said, the customizations of the weapons with the broken guitars and things where you can tell, okay, the game doesn't take itself too serious. Then you have like different skills trees where you can like really have cool moves. Every character looks different to play, which is awesome. I don't care about the looks in a first-person game. I really don't care. But the thing is, they look all as if they play differently, which is awesome because it lets us play around and toy around, which is my character, which is my play style. I like that. Some really cool lighting and particle effects. Man, I know Arcane are usually not the studio when you want like technical prowess. It's not Arcane. It's just not. But this one does look really nice. It does. Really cool particle effects. I like the art style with like, even though it's a dark, gritty world with vampires and everything, but still very colorful at points with like, what's her name? Layla, or the character with the purple elevator ability. Yeah, like things like that. It's like really a cool art style where you have the dark and gritty world and the popping colors taking you out of it. I love it. It looks fantastic. Like butter smooth gunplay, from what you can tell. Because if we remember like a game like Deathloop, which isn't too old, it's their last game, but most guns really did not feel good.
Yeah.
In Deathloop. But these, they look fantastic. It looks like heavy and impactful and yeah, what you want from a shooter. So, man, it does look good. My excitement level, as you might be able to tell, has risen. So I'm looking forward to it, man. Yeah, it does look good.
Awesome stuff. Awesome.
I'm just looking forward to having a decent looking vampire game. I mean, vampire games are not so great. I hear good things about what's that vampire RPG that everyone plays? That's the one, Masquerade. But I've looked at that and it doesn't really appeal to me. This is more right up my street. Hunting vampires. What can go wrong with that? As long as the story's good and the gameplay looks really good. Obviously, can't speak up on that because I haven't played it. But yeah, I can't wait to play it and see how that all works out with abilities and all that thrown in. But someone in the chat, Holmesy, said if you look at the G on Forza Motorsport, it's actually a 6. Coming soon. It's a 6. It's not if you look, it is a 6. So maybe it is. Maybe it is the 6.
Let's not read too much into it. June is now already occupied. Yeah, because we have to think about this way now. What is left? April, we have Minecraft. Yeah, we have May with Redfall, and we have June with Elder Scrolls. So in theory, you could put a game against an Elder Scrolls. Forza can go against an Elder Scrolls Online. Two very different communities. Starfield, on the other hand, against an Elder Scrolls Online. I'm not so sure if that's the wisest thing to do. So, yeah, Hi-Fi Rush now. Forza, it's not coming in the first half. And the gap that they have now is basically March,
June,
or very early June. And then actually put Starfield up against your Elder Scrolls Online. I don't think they're gonna launch it close to Minecraft Legends. I just don't think so, and definitely not close to Redfall. So yeah, it's interesting, man. It's getting interesting here. A lot of room for speculations.
Yep.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed that Forza didn't get an official release date, but then Hi-Fi Rush, the surprise of that being a drop today, kind of toned that disappointment down a bit for me.
Side note, Hi-Fi Rush is already on Steam, but not showing up on the Microsoft Store.
As yet, yeah.
I wonder if it will show up in the app.
Maybe.
Let me have a little quick look.
I'm checking right now. I can't see it.
It's not coming up online on the Microsoft Store. I've tried searching several ways and it's not showing up, but it is available to buy on Steam.
Yeah, my phone decided it wanted to log me out of the Gamepass app, and I can't be asked to log back into it right now, so I'll check later.
But Mick, what's your overriding thoughts on what we saw today?
That was a fantastic show. The format was brilliant. I really enjoyed that. I hope that's what we get, certainly for the foreseeable future. My worry is that people will just, like they do with everything, just suddenly decide, oh, it's not enough, and they'll change, and it'll become the next thing that everyone's bored of. But, you just can't seem to win on that front. Hopefully it won't. I think they did a really good job. I think looking on Twitter, looking in the chat, everyone seems to be really impressed with it. So they set the expectations right. They surprised us with a few extras. We can't ask for more than that,
Yeah.
That's what we want. And as long as every time they come up with one of these shows, as long as they set the expectations like they did, and as long as we just try and keep ourselves in check, we'll always be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah,
the problem is
one
that
thing
people
that
get carried away.
I think the one thing people need to take from this is don't expect a surprise drop every time they do one of these, because that's not going to happen.
Yeah, you're not going to have like a big studio like Tango Gameworks with a game ready to go immediately every time.
Yeah.
They've probably been working on this for around about the same time they were working on, what was the other game that released on PlayStation as a timed exclusive? Ghostwire Tokyo.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's been a really good show. I'm really impressed with what we saw. Like Boxy said, I would have liked to have seen on the Forza thing a bit more like an actual video showing maybe the HUD, some of the things like that for Forza. Showing
maybe we'll see the more gameplay tomorrow.
I think the reason we didn't see that is because of the show tomorrow, where they are going into depth with it.
Yeah.
So yeah. They're going to get a lot of really positive press out of this today. So that means it's going to be trending today.
Especially with that surprise drop.
Yeah, especially with that drop. I mean, they were doing well before we even started with that GoldenEye announcement that we only got a couple of days to go before we get GoldenEye. So they'd already got quite a lot of, good faith going then.
Yeah.
They drop in that Hi-Fi Rush. That's all. Literally on Twitter, that's all people are talking about right now. That's brilliant. Even I'm excited for that now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm probably not going to get a chance. By the time it comes out, I'm going to be in bed, ready for work tomorrow.
Well, Holmesy said
so I'm probably not
apparently
going to get a
it's on the
chance.
app, so.
Oh, is it on the app? Well,
Apparently.
that's worth putting it on, because on the app you can usually even if you don't own it, you can pre-download stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's worth. If anybody's got that and can find it on there, then get it on download, and then later on this afternoon or later on tonight, it will just automatically unlock. Yep, I've just found that. So, yeah, thank you for that, Holmesy. Cheers, buddy. Yeah, so the show, everything else so far has been great. The Forza thing tomorrow, my hope is that I know Boxy's not convinced, but I think keep the hype going. And
do we know that they show Forza Motorsport tomorrow?
They've already said they're doing an in-depth. It's in-depth.
The in-depth thing is tomorrow.
Deeper look at Forza tomorrow.
Yeah,
a bit like they're doing Elder Scrolls tonight, and they're doing something.
Why
else.
is nobody knowing this? I mean, I
posted it. Forza's posted it.
I consider myself someone who follows the news, the gaming news, quite in depth. I knew you guys were telling me that this exists, but that's the way how I learned about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no official tweets from the Xbox account, no nothing.
Just the Forza account.
This is
just the Forza.
Yeah, just the Forza account.
And
Yeah. And who's following that?
I thought it was retweeted.
You get my point. I was making a point.
Yeah.
It was rhetorical, but yeah, you see what I'm getting at.
But yeah, tomorrow,
I get what you
Boxy
mean.
is the Forza Motorsport.
Yeah.
It's what classed as Forza Monthly, I think it is. And they're specifically talking about Forza Motorsport tomorrow, and also kind of additional things for Forza Horizon going forward as well. So, but yeah, mostly Forza Motorsport tomorrow on Forza Monthly. So they'll be talking a little bit more in depth then. A bit like they're doing Elder Scrolls tonight, and what was it again? There's another one as well soon. Something else. Can't remember now.
I can't remember.
Yeah, there's something else coming up soon as well, but yeah. Elder Scrolls, of course, straight after this. And Forza Motorsport tomorrow, so.
So going back to what I was saying, the Minecraft Legends thing seems interesting.
Yeah.
The beauty of Gamepass is I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
Even though it's probably not something I'm going to play, but I'll definitely give it a try. Beauty of Gamepass. It was nice. Excuse me. It was nice to get dates for all these things, apart from obviously Forza. The Tango, I think I mentioned the Tango GameWorks, this Hi-Fi Rush thing. That just, I mean, that's nailed this show, I think, for a lot of people. Because even when we didn't know the release date, we were all sat there going, wow, this looks
I probably didn't
really
expect a
good.
release date. And
Yeah,
this day of all things.
Yeah, this looks really good. And I mean, even I'm not a big fan of the rhythm-based sort of games, but
to be fair, you picked up
during
on it,
the
like,
actual
immediately at
show,
the start, you said Tango? Why is Tango here?
Yeah.
And then we've seen Redacted, and we're like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you I was freezing when all those little tiny names was shooting across the screen at the beginning. I paused it. One of them said Tango GameWorks. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. Because all of the other ones that are in there are ones that are actually announced to be in the show. They weren't just, we didn't see, any of the other sort of, and I'm trying to think now. We didn't see, I've lost them. I'm in a mind blank now, but any of the other studios basically from Microsoft. We didn't see any of the others. It was just all of them plus Tango GameWorks. So straight away I was thinking, maybe. But yeah, that was a really nice surprise. And then even before they'd announced the date, I was thinking, this actually, even though it's a rhythm-based thing and it's not really what I'm interested in, I was like, this actually sounds quite good. And then they just dropped, oh, by the way, it's out tonight. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Just take a look at that tweet I posted from Xbox.
Yeah, I was just looking at it.
Look at the G. It's very convincing that looks like a 6. No one does a G like that, right? I'm not just tripping. I'm not being a conspiracy theorist here, right? It looks like a 6. That's a proper 6. It's not a G, right?
Come on, guys. No, that's nothing.
I'm just saying. Maybe might be a reach, but maybe
it's a bit of a reach. But I see what you mean.
Who does a G like that? Who does a G like that?
That's like a comic letter. It's just it's a comic font. It's
Is
nothing.
it a number
guys.
though?
No,
Is it a number?
No, it is. No, it is.
I'm gonna
I
go
don't
with
know.
Moxie
I don't know.
on
I'm
this
getting.
one.
I'm getting right there, thinking that's a 6.
It does look like a 6, but I think it is just the font.
I don't know.
It's just a font.
I've never seen a G done like that before.
Holmesy's down on that hill as well. Holmesy's down there.
Yeah.
The 6. God damn it.
Dutch, I would prepare myself for buying the first round. If I were you.
I will prepare myself, but we will both prepare.
Oh, we definitely need to prepare.
Still up in the air at the moment. But no, it's I am really, really surprised by I come fully into the show expecting nothing more than what we got, and maybe it's a Game Pass announcement, and we were pleasantly surprised that it wasn't so much just a Game Pass announcement, but an entirely new game announced today. And not only that, it wasn't just kind of a little indie game or something like that. Like Hi-Fi Rush looks like a really impressive, completely different art style, awesome rhythm-based action game with a lot of platforming. Again, people mentioned it like a crossover between Jet Set and Sunset Overdrive. It just looked really cool. But again, for Tango of all studios, Tango Gameworks, to drop a game kind of immediately is phenomenal, and it looks really, really interesting. And some of the music artists that they've got on there is super impressive as well. So it's going to be, sound-wise, it's going to be awesome. So very pleasantly surprised with that. Every time I see Elder Scrolls having a new expansion, it makes me want to jump back into ESO Online and try it again. And I might just have to do that. But not in the series.
I was sitting there, like, thinking exactly this, Dutch. Yeah, so, man, it's you and me. We both love Skyrim. Yeah, and if you can really play it solo now, because you were really not able to play it solo when it came out, and I played it last time. But if you could play this solo, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. And I know
we should give it a try, man.
I know it looks pretty. It looks absolutely phenomenal.
You know what? I'm doing it. I'm installing right now.
Yeah, go for it.
That's to free up another 150 gig off your hard drive.
Oh yes. Yeah.
You know, I always have space on my hard drive. I don't have space issues. I have like 2 games installed permanently, and everything else, I delete after I finish. That's it. I don't have a space issue. I don't get why people install like, I don't know, hundreds of games. I do not get that. Why would you do that? There is like 1 or 2 games I'm playing at the same time, and then I have like my all-time favorite 2 games that will never leave my hard drive.
Yeah.
And that's it. I have always like 700 gigs of free space.
Nice.
Is that The Witcher 3?
You got it.
Gen, and The Witcher 3 next gen. Now you're 2 installed games.
It's just Skyrim and Witcher. That's all that's ever installed.
That's it.
Yep.
See, this man gets me.
But much like you guys, I'm still not entirely sold on Minecraft Legends, but I'm definitely going to check it out. It looks cool. It certainly looks interesting. But I'm not sure. But again, beauty of Game Pass, we'll all try it. If it's fun, then I'm happy days. It's an added bonus. Forza Motorsport, again, surprised that we're not getting that release date yet. We'll see what happens on Forza.
It's definitely
Monthly.
a 6.
Again, not holding my breath. It could be that I do owe Boxy the first round, in which case then I'll gladly accept that and accept defeat courteously. But other than that, 500 cars, 20 tracks on release is probably the most the game has had in any of its releases. So I think in terms of content, it's definitely got the tracks and it's got the cars to really compete as probably one of the best Forzas, and we've seen that anyway in terms of a technical and visual showcase. It's absolutely off the charts. It looks phenomenal. But again, much like you guys, would much rather have seen a continuous, like a 5-minute race or something like that, or a quick hot lap or something, so we can kind of see the game a little bit more in action other than kind of replay mode, should we say. Other than that, though, I can't complain. It looks phenomenal, and we just want to get our hands on it. So fingers crossed we get that release date sooner rather than later. But of course, last but not least, Redfall. It just continues to impress more and more every time I see it. As we all seen when that tree was kind of disintegrating, the particle effects just looked unbelievable. Like I didn't again, much like you guys, we know what Arcane can do, but in terms of a technical showpiece, it certainly stood out a little bit more today. The customization was really cool. It kind of harkened a little bit back to kind of the original kind of Dead Risings, when you could just make weird weapons and have fun, and adding things like guitars and things onto your weapons and turn them into stakes and stuff. That looks cool.
Using nothing but duct tape as well in Dead Rising 2.
Just duct tape it on. But yeah, I'm looking forward to continuing to learn more about it before its release in May, and no doubt we will. But it's looking more and more cool. I like how there's loads of side quests. I like how there's different areas to go to. There's different bosses. Of course, as Boxy mentioned, everyone's got a different ability, and everyone's abilities are vastly different to everybody else's. So no one plays the same. One guy's super stealth and can go like literally ghost mode and go invisible and sneak past people. Another one's got this cool robot that can distract and be a little bit more combat orientated. The other guy's kind of full of gadgets. So he's like sticking a stake in the ground and things and electrifies everybody. So everyone's got something different. And of course, then you've got the sniper with a lift. And he catapults you in the air and snipe people from distances and get to different kind of high up locations. So it's certainly, yeah, I'm super excited for Redfall now. And out of all of them, that was the one I was looking forward to seeing the most. But I think for me, what stole the show ultimately was Hi-Fi Rush. It's super surprising. It looked really cool. Again, art style was entirely different what we've seen before, especially from Tango, of all people, who, as Mick pointed out, are famous for horror games. And then this is entirely left field for them. Absolutely nothing to do with what they've ever created. So I'm glad they've been able to create something that isn't the same for them and create something entirely new for the studio. It's obviously got the creative juices flowing, so super excited to play that after the show as well. But I'm going to go around and kind of get final, should we say, gradings for the show as well, because I think, as pointed out, the entire chat was super happy with it. Judging by what you guys are saying, everybody else elsewhere are super impressed by it. But I'm going to go to Jen first. Jen, what's your kind of overall feelings about the show so far? Are you impressed by it? What would you give it as a grading? So we'll say a school grading, A to G. What would you give it?
I loved the format. It felt more personal, them going through each of the development team. I loved the little intro to it where it shows you a little walk through each development team that was being shown. I think I'd have to give it maybe an A or a B. Push it a B because Forza didn't really get an official release date as much as I'm saying that's a 6.
Yeah.
It might not be.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm torn between an A and a B. linger more closely to the B.
Yeah.
But then again, I sit there and I think that shadow drop of Hi-Fi Rush was amazing.
Yeah.
I can't wait to play that. That's right up my street. I'm going to be installing that as soon as I jump off the podcast, and I'm going to be playing it probably all night.
Yeah.
Showing up on the Xbox now as well. It's about 16 gig. So
Is that it? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Quick download.
So 15 something gig I've saw.
15.96.
Sweet.
So yeah, I think I'm going to give it an A because I was really impressed by it.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Boxy, what about you? How do you feel?
I feel great. I honestly, like I said, the format was great. The pacing was good. Not too many games. Yeah, sometimes if you have like 40 minutes and you squeeze in 20 games, it's not good. 5 games, perfect pacing. Like again, the format fantastic. The way how all the games looked, they presented them all really well. Minecraft looked. It's not for me, but the way how they presented it looked good. Yeah, again, all Elder Scrolls Online. It's hard to present a game, the 20th DLC for a game in a good way, and I thought they did a really good job. Redfall, stunning. Forza, beautiful, and Hi-Fi Rush with that surprise drop. It did look not just funny and fun to play. Like, okay, everyone is now, let's get to it, man. That's the spirit. And that's the spirit what you want after a gaming showcase, right? You wanna be like excited. You want to see games that you can look forward to and that have been shown in a good way where you think they did the games justice. And they did all of that. And no date on Forza is maybe the only little
yes,
a thing you could throw in there, along with them not showing like the races, but you guys are convinced they will show them tomorrow. But anyway, I'm gonna give it a really high 9 out of 10. It's a really good, was a really good format, and I sure hope that Xbox will receive a lot of good feedback on that, and they will continue to do that kind of shows and continue that format. Again, I want to have that 3-4 times a year in addition to the Big E3 showcase. That would be perfect. And I'm excited, man. I'm excited. So that's what I want after a game showcase.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully, this is a sign of good things to come for the rest of this year. Especially the confidence to shadow drop a game like that. What they did with Hi-Fi Rush. Hopefully, that's a good sign of a good 2023 and a good rest of this generation.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And last but not least, before I give my ratings and things, Mick, what do you think? What's your overall thoughts then?
Yeah, I'm pretty much in the same ballpark. It was going to be sort of a high B plus, but that shadow drop of that game and how good it looked, considering it was not even vague. We obviously knew leaks roughly about it, and they were all pretty much accurate. It was a rhythm-based action, game, and we kind of knew all that, even though we hadn't seen it. And in my head, I was like, not interested. It's not for me. But now I've seen it, and they've explained how it works and everything else, and then to just drop it and go, by the way, it's out in 2 hours. Looks like it might even be out now. Yeah, brilliant, and it's exactly what we need. It's hard to say that, but those little things. It must be hard. Don't get me wrong. It must be really hard for them A, to get the game to the point where it's ready, and then B, to drop it like this, because they're not going to get any apart from the press tonight. That's going to be all over Twitter and all over the articles tomorrow morning saying that this game just dropped. That's their advertising for this game.
Yeah.
And that's all they're going to get, because they're not going to get that 2 or 3 month run up of advertising and showing off what their game looks like. They've literally got whatever happens tonight.
Yeah.
It's going to be their advertising.
One thing I noticed though, from that and this is what interests me, I don't think that is even Tango Gameworks' main project.
Yeah,
he said,
no.
if you listen to him,
Yeah, the studio
if you
head said
listen
it's
to
not
what
my
he
game,
said,
it's yours.
it's your game. To the other
Yeah.
guy, it's not his, it's your game. You do
Exactly.
what you want. So that says there's something else coming. I don't know whether that's
Yeah, but if you noticed, when he says about horror, the screen goes into black and white.
yeah,
and
all
play
goes
a
all
little bit of
weird,
horror
eerie
music.
and that,
So
yeah.
to me, maybe they're finally going to finish that trilogy with Evil Within.
Maybe.
No,
But
I
it was
think
gonna
like
be. Sorry, I was just going to say it was going to be a high B, but because of that, it pushed it into sort of an A- to an A.
Yeah.
For me, that was just a great show.
It was.
Bravo,
It
Xbox.
was.
More of that, please, in the future, and more of them. Not just leaving us till the end of the year before we get something else. We need more of them. Definitely.
Let me add something to this Hi-Fi Rush discussion. I think this is the perfect way game for Game Pass. Like, if you would have to buy this game, and it would have been announced at a, I don't know, E3 showcase, no one would buy that. During an E3 showcase, you get to see like 40 different games. One of them being that wouldn't sell. But because they had like given it the same amount of time like a Redfall, it was like the same length in the show. Yeah, focus,
Proper in depth with gameplay as well.
7 minutes, 8 minutes. Okay, this is our game. This is what we want to do with it. This is how it looks. This is how it plays. They gave a small development team a proper stage to explain their game. And now everyone can try it out for themselves at no additional cost. And if this game is as good as we all think it is, this is going to be a massive success because of the way how they showed it and the way how they made it accessible to everyone. This is perfect, man. If it is good, it can do wonders over the next days. You will see a lot of posts about the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree.
Absolutely. For me, I'm rating it super high because again, I come into this only thinking I was seeing Elder Scrolls, Legends, Redfall, and Forza, and then I got that Shadow drop. So I was already thinking, as long as that goes well and those games look and present well, and the format's good, and it's not like outstaying its welcome and it's done nicely, then I'm going to be happy with it anyway, because all I want to do is just see those games, learn when they're coming out, and I'll be happy. I'm going to give the show an A. It would have been A+ if I got the Forza release date.
Yeah, same for me.
Outside of that, it's exactly, as everyone's mentioned, exactly what we need from Xbox going forwards. This is exactly the kind of show. It not only is it's generating hype, but we were wondering beforehand how the studios would be able to present their work without feeling awkward, and none of that felt awkward. All of those guys presented their games very well. Every game, as Boxy mentioned, looked good, and the way that they presented it, they explained their games well. Each game looked interesting, and as much as, again, we all don't like, or maybe might not like Minecraft Legends, it presented well enough for us to go, yeah, we'll try it out. There's other people that are going to see that and go, that looks super cool. And the way they've explained it sounds good. I'm really excited for that. So every one of those games, and again, like I mentioned, Elder Scrolls, that just made me, and I was like, God, now I'm going to have to play Elder Scrolls. Like, I'm going to have to jump on ESO Online now, because that, like, it looks so much more impressive than when I last played it. And it's got, like, now that I know that I can go on there and I can play through the campaign like an Elder Scrolls game and not do all of the grinding stuff like an MMO, and I can just enjoy the story. Now I know that. That's got me more interested to actually play the game properly, as opposed to thinking, oh, it's an MMO, I'm not going to have all the time. I can just go on and play it like a Skyrim, which is even more interesting for me. Redfall, that was the one I was most interested in before coming into it. Really impressive. Super hyped for it. So glad it's releasing in May. just before kind of E3 and things like that. Yeah, overall, hyper impressed. Very well presented. Didn't outstay its welcome. We definitely need more of them. Before the show, I said I want at least 2 of these a year, but I think, judging by the format there, I think 3 of these would be probably the happy medium. Maybe 2 at the beginning and 1 at the end. I think that would probably be the best way. You'll have 2 before E3, E3, a 1 between E3 and Gamescom, then you'll have Gamescom, Game Awards, and TGS at the tail end, so you'll have a boatload of stuff going on at the back end of the year as well. Yeah, overall, super impressed and well done, Xbox. Thank God. It's a really great start of the year.
Yeah, I agree. Well done.
Fingers
Xbox.
crossed they can keep up this
Congratulations.
momentum.
Yes. Consistency.
Yes.
The word of the year.
That's the thing. That's the thing. They need to be consistent with those quality things. And
absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I'm going to transition ourselves back into our generic 4-person view here. And we're going to get into the outros. It's been an awesome show. I'm super happy. I'm actually hyped now because all I want to do, and I think like everybody, we're going to get off here. We're going to download Hi-Fi Rush and we're going to play that. We're going to see what that's about. It's a nice small game, so it's not going to take uber long to download either. So I'm going to get myself a coffee, have a bite to eat, and then and play some Hi-Fi Rush. But everybody in chat, gentlemen, it's been an absolute blast. Let's get into the outros. First and foremost, Xbox Mick. Let people know where they can find you, brother, and what you've got coming up.
Yeah, Xbox Mick29 on Twitter and everywhere else, pretty much. Yeah, we had City Tuesdays this week with Captain Bolzonia, and it went very well. And we might be having him back next week. He offered to come back again. We had a blast, and hopefully this time Dutch can join in with the fun.
Yeah, fingers crossed. No, I should be able to.
We had a good blast. Actually, it was a lot of fun, and we got another quick appearance from Captain Logan from Keel Hall as well. That popped into the chat, which was nice, and yeah, it was a great show. So I really enjoyed it. Other than that, not much else going on at the moment. Very little. There's not really been any unboxing videos recently because I haven't bought anything.
Yeah,
it's not been anything to buy. This has not been anything I've wanted. The most extravagant thing I bought recently is a blooming Hoover. So,
yeah.
So now that's pretty much it at the moment. So just keep your eye out for the streams, and obviously Sundays. We didn't get to do a Sunday stream with Sightless. He was doing some secret work with somebody, so
Nice.
with a company. So hopefully we'll hear more about that soon. But yeah, hopefully we'll be back this Sunday with something else. So yeah, that's about it.
Awesome
So
stuff.
thank you very much.
Awesome. Next up, Boxy. Let people know what you've got coming up, and of course you've got an awesome show tomorrow as well with myself. Let people know where they can find you.
Hey. Yeah. In case people don't know, it's easy to find. It's Boxenberger. Like, where is it? There. They're right there. Yeah. Everywhere. And as you said, we have got an awesome show coming up. We have now even more awesome topics to talk about after this amazing developer direct. We will have Randall Thor as a guest tomorrow to break down, of course, the developer direct and everything else that happened in the world of gaming this week. There's actually quite some interesting things going on in gaming as of late. So I cannot wait for the show. And show has a brand new look. Everything from the intro waiting sequence to the overlays to everything. A complete visual overhaul, and we're gonna premiere that tomorrow. And just as your show, Dutch, we've been streaming the world of gaming now in 1440p and 60 FPS for a while.
Yes.
But it has always been upsampled. Yeah, like base resolution is always 1080p. Then we sample it up. It's a nice, sharp-looking image, no doubt. But this time we do it the other way around. We render everything over there in the world of gaming at 4K 60 and then downsample to 1440p. So this is gonna look even more awesome, even more sharper with a lot of peace. I can tell you that. So it's gonna be awesome, man, tomorrow.
It is indeed. It is indeed. And last but not least, General C. Let people know what where they can find you and what you've got coming up.
Yeah, I'll be back streaming at the weekend. I need to actually level up on Demon Souls because I suck at that game. Definitely need to level myself up. Yeah, it went. I started out high and then I quickly fell. So yeah, hopefully I can level up a little bit before getting back on that. But if not, it'll be Hunt Showdown, as that's really my main game at the moment that I'm playing. Maybe I'll even stream a bit of that Hi-Fi Rush. Who knows? Yeah, you can find me on my Twitch channel, the _general_C, and you can find me same name on Twitter as well. I believe it's just the General C on that Hive, which no one uses anymore. But but yeah, that's pretty much me. I'm working on some video stuff as well, and I've got an idea that I'm putting together. It's a little bit out there, maybe a few months away before I do it though. But it's in the podcast realm. So
nice.
Dipping my toes into doing my own sort of podcast eventually.
Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. And speaking of which, of course, you can find us everywhere here at WandrinDutch, the home of the midweek mix-up. Of course, later on this evening, Primetime Gaming with Boom and Friends, discussing our thoughts on everything to do with Developer Direct tonight. And I know he's got about 12 people stopping in, so that's going to be a busy one. Of course, and that is in roughly...
I'll come by. No, I'm joking.
4 hours time, I don't know, 10, 11, 12, no, 2 hours time. No? Yeah, 2 hours time-ish. 2.5 hours time. Until that commences. And, of course, tomorrow you'll find me on the World of Gaming with Boxy and, of course, special guest Randall Thor. And we return this Sunday for the weekend edition, where we will be discussing, of course, The Last of Us TV series as well. And our thoughts on that. So that's going to be interesting. And, of course, we'll have had a chance to dive into Hi-Fi Rush. Maybe we've even completed it by that point. You never know how much gaming we'll get in or how big the game is. But we'll have a full...
I don't expect it to be a huge game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be kind of like 10 hours or something. Yeah, looking forward to that. So that's going to be interesting. And we might have a community guest as well again on the weekend. So I don't know whether or not Dave was joining us again this weekend or we get somebody else in. I don't know. We shall see. But guys, thank you again once more for joining us. I hope you have an awesome evening. Everybody go and enjoy Hi-Fi Rush, which is available to download now. And of course, we will see you all again next week. Goodbye.
Ice and flames call my name. I freeze, I burn, I blame. I love, I hate the same. On my face, I cannot hide from the mistake my parents made. I'm never moving on. Not made from love, a remnant of a selfish motive. Was I needed? Do I need it to go wrong? Polarized, inherent pain pumping through my veins. Ice and flames call my name. I freeze, I burn, I blame. I love, I hate the same. If I embrace the side of me, I only fuel the fire. But is it wrong for me to fight against the balance of my power? History in halves, one brain. I will Jane このとこには呼ぶ燃える裏目コルドポップの愛と嫌いにいるこのとこには呼ぶ燃える裏目コルドポップの愛と嫌いにいる I love